Hi, everyone. Welcome to Life Lessons Learned. And of course, it always seems like we're wise and all knowing when we have YouTube channels titled like that. But in this one, I'm going to share with you three times when I was not as wise as I am right now. And for those of you who are new viewers, thanks for stopping by to my channel. If you like what you see, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Now, for this one, there were three times throughout the course of my life. Well, I'm sure there were really more than three, but these are the three that we'll be focusing on. When I thought I knew what's going on, and if you guys have watched any of my videos, my previous ones, you'll know that I'm an ultimate uh, square. Okay, not in the know when it comes to I guess things that people would think that out you should know at different ages. And but we'll just get into this. So with me, you know how some song lyrics say one thing, but it's really an innuendo for something else. I never got that when I was younger, because I was like, oh, okay, this is just a cute song. So I'm going to talk about a time when I thought I was doing an innocent reminder of what a song was like, then it was told to me, no, that's not what that song means. So on this first one, I'm going to talk about when I was 17 years old. So 17 is pretty young. I don't expect us to be all knowing and all wise at 17, unless we're baby Buddha or something. But I was with a group of people because we were at a party, and it was a house party. So back in the days, that's what they called them. Well, really, we just called them either house parties or parties. And there was a group of women, and we were all sitting around this big long table. So we were all having, discussions and talking and everything. And if you're a baby boomer, you would know that in 1976, yeah, I'm dating myself right now, but okay, you guys already know I'm close to retirement, so hello. Michael Henderson had this song called Starship, and it went, you are my starship, come take me up tonight. Part of the lyrics said, and don't be late, and don't you come too soon. So I'm listening to this, and the song was just coming out, so it was just becoming popular and everything. And all the ladies were, snapping their fingers and singing. And I heard him say that lyric, and I said, that doesn't make sense. What is he telling her that she can't come too early or come too soon? I said, so she has to be right on time for the date? You guys. The ladies all looked at me, and one of them said, "How old are you?" And I said, "I'm 17." She was like, "Mm, okay, so have you ever had sex?" And I was like, "No, I'm 17." She was like, "You're 17 and in Detroit, so are you telling me you've never had sex?" And I was like, "No, why would I be doing that at 17?" Still living with my mom. I'm still in high school. I'm not working. I mean, anyway, all of the ladies burst out laughing. And then they told me what that lyric actually meant with, people being in that kind of a situation and I'll just say coming together at the same time. So as one, or however you want to say it to keep this whole thing clean. So that was really, really an eye opener for me. And they teased me for at least a good 10 years about that. Okay. So I was like, aha, okay, I get it. But that was a very embarrassing moment. And that certainly was not a moment of me being as wise to that type of activity at that time, which is fine. Now, another time that I wanted to mention is when I was just maybe 2 years older. I was 19 and working, on my own. Because if you looked at any of my past videos, you may remember that my mother had this rule 18 and out. So once you turned 18, didn't matter if you were going to school or working or anything, you had to leave home, which is fine. I'm not upset about it. But so I was out on my own and had my own apartment and everything. And everything was going well. Well, one night, I had bought these because I didn't have any kids and hadn't been married, none of that stuff. And I'm still a square, so I'm being, doing what I should be doing for my life. Jeez. Ah, so this particular time I had bought me a pair of expensive pearl earrings, and I was really excited about them. And they were just little, just pearl earrings. They weren't hoops or anything like that. And I worked midnights, but you still want to look nice and everything at work. So I was putting my earrings on over, the bathroom sink so I can see in the mirror and see what, how to put them in and everything. And while I was doing that, you guessed it, one of the earrings slipped out of my hand, down into the sink, and down into the drain. So I was like, of course, quite upset about that. And I was like, there's no way I can get it. I didn't even know how to take the hooks up the thing out or do any of that stuff. So, but I'm not a crybaby. So I was like, okay, you know how they say sour grapes when you have to go easy come, easy go. But I was still not happy about it. So of course I had to choose a different pair of earrings to wear to work. And when you're upset or not happy about something, people can tell sometimes by the look on your face. And I'm usually normally an upbeat, optimistic person. And I get to work and I didn't seem optimistic or any of that. So one of my colleagues saw me and she said, "Hey, what's wrong?" And I said, I told her what had happened. I was putting my earrings on over the sink and, what happened. So she she said, and you guys, we don't want to hear this at this time in our lives, okay, when we've done stupid shit. Excuse me, because I should have said stupid stuff. But she said, "Well, but that's okay. But what lesson did you learn?" I'm like, "What the hell?" No, she didn't just ask me what lesson did I learn. But you want to try to act like you're mature and you have learned something from your mistakes. And so I said, I'm trying to struggle here. I'm like, what lesson did I learn? What lesson did I learn? And I said, don't put my earrings on over the sink. Now I'm laughing because some of you ladies are going, what a dummy. You guys already knew what she said. She was like, or just close the drain. She, 19. Hello. I'm like, that didn't occur to me. So that was just funny. Now, this third instance that I'm going to give you has to do with song lyrics again. And this did not have to do with me being, 19 or 20 or even 30. Trust me, I was past 40, okay? And this incident actually occurred at work. So, yeah. Now, at this particular job that I had at that time, I was in customer service. And I like customer service jobs because I am actually a person that goes above and beyond the service that most people would expect. Even back in the day when service was really highly regarded and people took their jobs seriously. Now, please, that doesn't mean that I'm saying people who work today are not serious. Please don't say I said that. So, anyway, I get a call, and this is when I worked for a fund company, so mutual funds, investments, and things like that. So this company was, you know, had more money than their stars in the sky. Okay, but so the people who would call us was, they were called to transfer funds or buy funds and invest. They were people that had made wise choices with their finances. So anyway, this older guy calls in and he wanted to make some type of a change with his accounts. And it was like two or three different transactions that I would be doing with them. So I would be on a call for, a few minutes. And so while I was assisting him, he happened to mention that he bought a new vehicle. I don't even know why I'm laughing at this. It's like showing you guys how unwise I was or stupid. So during the course of the conversation, he said he had just bought a red Corvette. All of you guys, if you know Prince's song, "You Need a Red Corvette," you know that song was very, very popular. And of course, it was popular for a reason, but I didn't know the reason. I mean, I love the song and everything, and I would, sing it and stuff. So as soon as this guy said that, it reminded me, of course, of Prince's song. And so I said, "Oh, like that song by Prince." You guys, the guy didn't say anything. And I thought maybe he had disconnected the call or something. I was like, "Hello?" And he said, "I'm still here." And I said, "Yeah, you said you bought a red Corvette?" He was like, "Yes." I said, "Yeah, don't you know that Prince song about a red Corvette?" And this guy, again, he's kind of quiet. He goes, "Yeah, yeah, it was a popular song." So now I don't get it at this point, but he gets that I don't get it. And so he's like, "Yeah, it was a really good song. Everyone loved it." So unbeknownst to me, as I was saying this to this customer, my supervisor was walking, happened to be walking past. They sometimes would come out on the floor just to see if, we needed any help or assistance or anything. And he heard me say that twice to the customer. And, I, like, again, I'm not knowing anything. So I, finished the call and everything. And the supervisor came over to my desk and he said, "Hey, Sherry, how's it going?" I go, "Oh, it's going really good." And he said, what was that last call about?" And I said, "Oh, this guy was doing some transactions and he happened to mention that he bought a red Corvette." And, I was like, "Yeah, like that Prince song." The supervisor, because, he wanted to be really gentle and tender with this whole thing. He goes, "Yeah, I heard you say that." He said, "That's why I was wondering what kind of turn the call took." And I said, "Oh, no." I said, "At first, the guy didn't seem like he knew, knew the song." The supervisor goes, "Oh, he knows it." So I'm like, Okay." He said, "What the question is, do you know it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know all of the lyrics." So he goes, "But do you know what the lyrics mean?" So now I'm like, "Wait a second, what's going on here?" So I said, "Well, I thought I did until now." And then he goes, "I want you to go and look up the lyrics to that song and then, you know, come back and tell me what you think." So if you guys, well, most of the people would know that song, but there's some it's part in there when he says, let me see, I wrote it down here. Need it. It's something about because I know it's something about horses and cars and that kind of thing. But there is a line in it where he says something about her riding horses, Trojans, some of them used. And to me, well, a Trojan is a horse. Hello. But in the song, it refers to the other type of Trojan. So what I did is I kind of looked at the lyrics, at home, and I'm still like, okay, what's up? And then my sister, one of my sisters, came over, and I was telling her about it. And she was like, "You mentioned red Corvette to a customer," and I was like, "Yeah." She said, Do you know what that means?" And I was like, "No, not really." And so she, kind of translated what that song meant. Now you guys have to understand, this has been 20 years. I'm singing the song thinking, "Oh, it's just an innocent song." So went back to work the next day and I went to the supervisor's office and he was just sitting there with a smile on his face and he was like, "Yeah, I think you probably won't be mentioning that song to customers anymore." And I was like, "No, not only will I not be mentioning it to customers, I won't be mentioning it to you, my sister, my mom, anyone else that I know at this point." So I just wanted to share that there are some things when it seems like things should be obvious to others or to us, and then we're thinking we know it all, and then we find out everything isn't as it seems. Okay, so those were three different times in my life, and I was like, okay, what lesson is going to be learned here? But I can tell you how embarrassed I was after getting the details of all of that. And I said, "Gee, that guy probably said, what the hell is wrong with this lady? She's mentioned this song twice now and I haven't said anything." Jeez. So those were times when I weren't so wise. But I have to say that even today, like, my daughters will be like, "Mom, that's not what this means," or "That's not what that means." There was another song by Bone Thugs and Harmony. Um thinking I can't even think of the name of the song, but it says something about this guy's uncle and brother got killed, and he was like, "Why they killed my dog?" And I was like, "Why did they kill the dog? They didn't have to kill the dog." My daughter was like, "Mom, the dogs is what they call each other. You know, that's my dog." Like, oh, okay. So, I can tell you that, of course, today I know that lyrics have double entendres and t- multiple meanings, and I can catch the sexual innuendo, sexual innuendo that they have in the songs now. But back then, I was like, "What is everyone talking about?" So, and this one is not like any lessons that really need to be learned by you guys, because more than likely you could have taught me these ones. So, this is life lessons learned. Please like, share, and comment. And, all of the comments don't always have to agree with my point of view or anything that I'm saying. So, we're all adults here. As long as we're respectful and you're giving me your point of view and your perspective, it doesn't always have to say, "Yeah, Sherry, you're 100% right. I love you." That's fine. I really do read through all the comments and I really respond to everyone. So thanks again. I'll see you on the next run. Bye.